Warning: this material contains disturbing images, demonic voices, and graphic concepts, including but not limited to murder, death threats, taunts, and non-human entities. Please, for your own safety, listen with headphones or on low volume. Refrain from watching with children present, and under no circumstances recreate the material shown here. Everything you are about to see are true experiences of the crew and personnel involved. Names of murderers or organizations will not be said out loud. The Ghost Box Paranormal team was contacted by a former event attendee regarding paranormal activity in her home. All information obtained over the phone was withheld from Christopher and his mother and father. The team decides to begin the investigation with an interview of the homeowner.
Hi.
Hi,
What is your name for the record?
Jamie Garcia.
And tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm 39, stay-at-home mom.
When did you move in here?
April of 2009.
Okay, so you've been here a while.
I'm going on like 8 years.
And how soon after you moved in did you experience any activity?
I had a friend who helped me move in, and he noticed something as soon as he walked up the stairs.
Did he describe at all what he felt or heard or saw?
He said he felt like a man's present.
Okay.
Who was very like, this is mine. So he didn't want to like step over those boundaries.
Do you feel uncomfortable?
Sometimes, because I feel like there's multiple spirits. At least 3 are good, and one I'm unsure of.
And what kind of events have you experienced?
Cabinet doors open. They're hard to pull open if you try to pull them open. Sometimes they just pop open. When you're in the basement sometimes and nobody's here with you, sounds like someone's rolling Hot Wheels across the floor up here while you're downstairs. I've seen images of what I thought was my daughter walk down the stairs, come into the kitchen. I've had other friends who have seen a young female who they have thought was my daughter when she wasn't here. My boys used to think that they seen her. They call my daughter's name and they'd be like, run into the kitchen and thinking she's in there, and she wasn't. Girls in the TVs without them being there, like sitting on the couch. And then another time, we were having some kind of like little party here, and my sister-in-law was sitting on the couch and she'd seen a portrait from the wall fall off the wall, like not really fall, like it looked like someone smacked it off the wall and it hit that wall and hit the ground. So I know there's sometimes I feel cold, sometimes I feel heat, and I'm like, just in certain areas of my body, and I'm like, that's gotta be some kind of energy. My friend and I were in my room, and there was a string coming up off, like it was like the thread of the bedspread. It was standing straight up, just standing straight up, and as I would go like that around it, it would sway with my energy, and when I touched it, it just dropped and never went back up again. One morning, I woke up and I went to get in the shower and my chest was burning, and I looked down and I had 3 scratches across my chest. Whether I did it in my sleep, I don't know, but it was really alarming. There's been incidents where I've been sleeping and I feel like
Now, you had mentioned that you think you may have an attachment that's been with you since you were a child.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I remember being like 3 or 4, and this kind of sounds weird. So I was using the restroom, and the lights turned off. It's like, at that age, you call for your parents. I called for my mom. She opened the bathroom door, turned the light on, closed the door, went out. The light went off again. As I'm a kid, I'm not thinking anything. But as an adult, I'm like, every time that light went off, she had to physically turn it back on. Every house I lived, I've always experienced different things where I feel people sitting on the bed, and I wake up and nobody's there.
So you kind of have always had activity surrounding you.
Always,
Okay.
yeah. Since I was like 3 or 4, I do see images of the girl who I thought was my daughter. One time I was sitting on the couch. She walked down the stairs. That I thought she walked down the stairs, and I'm waiting for a cupboard to open, a light switch to go on, the refrigerator to open, and I hear nothing. So I call her name. She'd open her bedroom door and yell back to me, "What?" "Oh, nothing," because I thought she was down here.
Sure.
So I don't know why it's attached to me, or even,
What might be going on.
yeah,
Hopefully we'll get some answers for you.
yeah.
What about the kids? Have they had any interactions? I know you mentioned that they've seen the reflections in the television, and one time your son thought your daughter was down here when she
Yeah.
wasn't. Have there been any other
Not
things that they've reported to you?
Not really. My daughter used to talk with people who weren't there when she was 3. She had asked for a glass of water, so I gave her a glass of water. And me and my grandmother at the time, when she was alive, we were watching from afar, and she was at her little table, and she said, "My mom gave it to me." And we're looking at her like, who's she talking to? And then she stood up and said, "I said my mother gave it to me." And we're like, who's she talking to? And she was 3 years old, and I can even have the date. It was January 19th, 2000. We were at home. Well, she was at home. I was at work, and she was running in the house. My grandma said, and she fell. My grandma didn't tell me until I got home from work that she lost consciousness. She couldn't get her to breathe, and she finally did. 6 months later, in June, my daughter comes up to me and says, "Mom, I died." I said, "What do you mean you died?" She goes, "Remember when I was running in the hall and I fell and I hit my head and I couldn't breathe? And Grandma was crying because she couldn't get me back?" She goes, "I went to heaven and I seen Jesus, and I was crying because I missed you. And he was crying because he loved me. And he let me come back to you."
What prompted you to have us come out and investigate?
I've been wanting to get you guys here since my visit at the Lumbarian. So, and even then I feel like something attached to me that night. Because I cannot sleep. I had the worst migraine. I was throwing up all night long. Something.
After the event?
No, the
Or
night
just
of.
The night of the event.
Because we spent the night in the garden
Oh,
room.
that's right. You guys
And
did
I
stay
just
there.
felt like it was just draining me. I couldn't even sleep. And I heard the pig squeals. Not everybody did, but when I finally fell asleep, I heard that like minutes later, and it woke me up. It was like 3:30 in the morning. Sometimes I feel like ghosts are like trying to get me to communicate to them. I just don't know how.
Yeah. Now, have you or any of your family members ever felt threatened by anything that might be here?
I haven't. My aunt, who comes out from Arkansas, she one time said that she felt like someone was on top of her, like what I felt, and she stopped sleeping in the basement. She comes like once a year, stays a few weeks, and she doesn't mind sleeping in her basement no more. She will only sleep on the couch.
Immediately following the interview, an EVP was discovered that was recorded while setting up the cameras. The team decides to do a preliminary investigation of the house in an attempt to corroborate the homeowner's accounts.
Thank you. Could you touch that REM pod again a little, or that device you just touched a little more for us to let us know that you're here? Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you stop touching it now? Thank you. Can you touch the device if you're happy for us to be here? Thank you.
With the initial investigation complete, Kristen decides to call Chris to bring in the rest of the team.
Hey, are you guys ready to head on back? We're done with our sweep here. Okay. All right, buddy.
Okay, so we just got the call that they have done the interview with the family, and I guess they did some kind of initial sweep too, so we're going to head back and see what our first impressions are of the place. We've already been in there, or I've been in there, set up some cameras and stuff, but they haven't told us anything. So we're going to go back and see what's there. There's Mom right there. There's Dad right there. And yeah, we're going to head a couple of streets over. We already had some coffee, but we're going to head back over. Here we go.
Heaviness in the chest. I definitely feel it's much cooler right here in this area.
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
Hold on. Very good. Get that on the camera. You can see that right there. It's right by where she's talking about. Zoom in a little bit. Should definitely show the camera that.
Again,
Okay, they're there. They're behind you. They're right behind you. They're above you to the side.
wow, I think I'm getting. They want me to turn around.
Uh-huh. They're right above you.
Energy drain, definitely.
The picture. To all the spirits that are here, if you could please come forward and show yourself. We'd love to learn about who you are, but we need you to show yourself now, please. Thank you so much. What are you getting as far as impressions?
Actually, wow, like my heart is beating like, wow, a lot, like tachycardia, and I'm getting definitely female. I'm feeling a female. Definitely somebody wants to communicate.
Yeah, you got them all right around you.
I can. They're draining my energy like mad.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm getting it. It's just like my heart is beating like mad. And I had no coffee, so it's not that, but it's just like really, really.
If you can speak up as much as you can.
My heart is racing. Racing,
I wanna show
racing.
you something.
Like racing. Racing, racing. Like they're needing to pull energy. She's needing to pull energy to communicate with me.
Right over Stevie's head.
You feel something?
It's itchy.
I keep feeling the tapping on my shoulder.
Is it this one?
Yeah, just right there. Just tapping, like
The
gently.
funny thing is it's warm right here,
Yeah,
and then just cold.
yeah. She's pulling energy. Definitely pulling energy. I can feel it. Definitely. Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get out of here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna have
Take
to.
your time. Easy.
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
Getting several pictures of orbs inside this room. There's a lot going on in here. Mom, what are you picking up right now? Your first impressions?
Very heavy, very, very heavy. Temperature change, definitely over here. From walking through the door to this point, it's much cooler over here. Again, I'm just picking up a tremendous amount of energy, just really, really drawing.
Dad, what are you getting?
Tremendous amount of activity in this room. It's more active here, at least what I'm capturing, than what it is in the other room.
Okay. Stevie, what do you get?
I was gonna say, honestly, I feel short of breath.
Yeah, I'm feeling that too.
Yep, exactly.
And I don't know why, but for me, I feel like I'm hotter than hot, and I'm like sweating.
Yeah.
So
A lot of energy here.
A whole lot of energy. Here to communicate with the spirits that are in this location. We'd like to communicate with you. We ask that you use these rods to communicate with us. Thank you so much. I'd like you to cross the rods for yes and pull the rods away for no. Are you willing to do this? Cross for yes, away for no. Thank you. My mother experienced an older woman upstairs. Is that who you are? Are you the older woman? Question?
Do you have anything to do with this family?
And you're specifying the family who lives here now.
No. Yes.
Are you related to the family who lives here now, or one of the people here? Questions, guys?
Do you follow Jamie around?
That's a yes. Absolutely. Thank you. Please release. Furby, question? Kristen?
Are you happy that we're here to talk with you?
That's a definite yes.
We are too.
We are. We come with respect. Dad, question?
Did you show yourself right over the top of the cross to me?
Because you're a Catholic?
Very strong Catholic. Thank you. Stevie, you got one?
no.
Do you have something you want to tell us?
Do you know about the machine that I have that you can talk through, like the telephone? Have you heard about that? Did the technicians, the angels, tell you about it? Yes. Would you be all right with speaking to us tonight through that machine? That's yes.
a very definite yes.
That's a yes.
Why was I feeling,
Oh.
see the energy, why was I feeling like my heart was beating out of my chest? Did you have anything to do with that?
Yes.
Was it to get my attention?
Yes.
Do you know I could talk to you and
Yes. Yes. Hug.
hugs?
That's a hug.
Hugs.
That's a hug to you. And I think a hug to me.
Mm-hmm.
Daughter? Do you want to ask a question?
Me? Are you Desiree?
Yes. That's a yes. And a hug to you. That's a hug to you. And she's pointing to you. Right now, she's pointing to you. Thank you, we understand. I've got the chills right now.
I'm going up my leg again.
Yeah, sending love to your side. Thank you for communicating. Thank you so much. We'll do everything we can. Thank you.
Are you here protecting us?
That's a yes. Absolutely. Dad, question?
Up in the bedroom to the right of the staircase, is that a different set of entities than you?
Yes. Different energy, just answered. Are you from next door?
Yeah.
I'd just like to explain, in disclosure, to tell everybody, when I was here earlier, setting up some cameras, there were some neighbors next door talking about an entity they'd had some experiences with. And when they mentioned that, it stuck with me, but that's why I wanted to ask that question. I feel like they're attached next door. And we'll talk more about that. Desiree, you're still here with us?
Very much so.
Okay, good.
Can I ask her a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Are you in love, which is Chris's hair? His long hair? I know her.
That's a definite yes.
I know that's weird, but I'm thinking I have
Chris's long hair.
Ghostly long hair. Are we good?
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone who's here. We're going to turn on the device. We're going to speak with you tonight. We have some people from all over the world that want to talk to you all and ask questions. Is that all right with you? Yes or no, please? Thank you for giving us permission to do that. Thank you. Release you now. Goodbye.
Tonight, the team is joined by its newest investigator, Angela.
My name is Angela. I'm a Colorado native. I went to Lumber Baron Inn back in May 2016, took some photos, and some of you have seen it already, the shadow demon photo that I captured. And so I definitely am looking forward to being here and being part of the team.
Having already encountered several entities, the team decides to attempt to contact the spirits directly using the Ghost Box. The following footage was captured during a Facebook Live session where people from around the world were able to join in on the investigation.
Hey guys, Chris Moon here. I'm here with the Ghost Box Paranormal Society tonight. We are in the process of trying to work on a mystery. We're in a private residence. Apparently there's been activity here. I don't know a whole lot about the story so far. The team knows more than I do. But I'll tell you what, we've already had some pretty interesting things happen tonight. So we're in the process right now of just trying to figure out what's going on. Let's go ahead and read some questions really quickly if you want to scroll back up and see if anybody's had anything to say first, and then we'll get going here.
Okay, no, not yet. What kind of questions are we asking?
Okay, so I'm going to start this out, and I'm going to start with the property owner here, and what we're going to do is we're going to start doing an established connection because we've already discovered one spirit who communicated with us through the dowsing rods. So I'm going to have Dina kind of pan back and forth between the two of us right off the bat. You're going to get that connection immediately, and then once we jump in, if anything comes to mind, if you get a feeling, if you hear something, if you feel something, just yell it out. We'll answer as many questions as we possibly can through the device and the other equipment. Okay?
Okay.
We ready, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Technicians assist. Somebody speaking Spanish. Do we have anybody who speaks Spanish here?
My grandma did.
Your grandma used to speak Spanish?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Tom's here. Go ahead.
How long have you been in this house for?
Followed you. Hello. Followed you. Hello. I hear you speaking. We have a man next door that's also coming through the wall. We have a connected house over here, and he's coming through as well.
Wow.
Think about it. Man said, think about it. Question? Said
Ask
me.
about the closet upstairs.
Woman
Who
just
said
replied.
that?
There's a woman that said,
Sandra
oh.
Yanes.
That was her room. That's my
Okay.
daughter.
Oh.
A
Yeah.
woman just said, oh, when you mentioned the closet upstairs. Go ahead.
Is my grandmother here with us sometimes?
What's her name? Yes.
Corrine.
Corrine, are you here sometimes? All the time. All the time. Clear as day. Thank you, ma'am. Questions from anybody in the room?
Who left the mark on my arm?
Me. Burn.
And I said that earlier.
Is that how you passed? Did you have something that had to do with a burn? Yes. Oh, it burned my face. He said it burned my face.
Oh, wow.
Questions, anyone?
Cassandra wants to know if Summer is here.
Is Summer here with us? She chose to make it, yes. She chose to make it. Okay. Whoever's next door who had the chemical burn to the face is angry. Oh. We just had an F-bomb. Oh. Did you hear that?
Barely.
She knows what you do. That's your friend. Yes. She knows she's talking through you. Desiree, are you trapped here? Or do you just come and go? Hey. She says she tried to break a plate to get your attention.
She did.
She did?
Yes.
Dina, can you?
Yeah, it was like
It was only once. One plate.
that happened.
Is there anyone here who's trying to hold on to her neck? Our next door friend. Yes, it's him. We ask that you please be respectful while you're here, or we're going to ask you to leave. Thank you.
Is there something you want us to know about your death, the man that lives next door?
He's looking for forgiveness. He's earthbound. He's looking for forgiveness. He was wrong. He says he was wrong. Whatever it was, he was wrong. Questions? Yes.
Jim Wood, are they enjoying being here or are they trying to get out, the spirits?
Not trapped here. Not trapped here. He wants to go. Our next door friend wants to go. She says she's not trapped here. He died 15 years ago. He's aware of the time. He died 15 years ago. Her situation's different. She's very strong. She's moved on. Oh, we got an MF there. We just ask that you please be respectful, sir. Thank you. Anne's here. We got a lot of spirits coming in at once. One after the next. Okay,
Wow.
Question.
How many spirits are here with us right now?
59. 59 spirits here with us right now. Question, please.
David Carter again. Is there a little girl spirit there? I keep hearing a little girl come through the box.
She's sitting next to me, yes. What's your name? It's okay, what's your name? Penelope. Penelope's the name. Yeah, hi. Nice to see you, hi. Yeah, you can sit beside me, it's okay. I'm behind you on the bed. That's cute, I see you.
Are you my daughter behind Chris on the bed?
Hope that you'd ask about this. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Are you always
Your
with
grandmother's
us?
with her.
Oh,
Your grandmother's with her.
wow. That's something I wanted to know.
She's very comfortable. Is this okay?
Yeah.
She's asking if it's okay
Yes.
she talks to you. She's in heaven. She's just wanted to stop in.
Oh, wow.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Talking through Chris. Is that okay?
Yes.
She does the banging. She does the banging. That's her.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Always on the wall. It's always on the wall.
Are you the one that was over the
But
cross?
she's with God now.
Are you the one that was over the cross?
Yeah,
when I
she
took
said
the
yes.
picture?
She said
Okay.
yes. She didn't want to seem dramatic though. Yes. Thank you for coming through. Thank you. And you can sit right here. Anywhere you want to sit, it's fine. Anywhere around me is okay. Come on in.
When the Spanish music's coming through, is that my grandma Corrine?
Sometimes for no reason. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her. Man next door.
Did you do something to a woman during your life that you're looking for forgiveness?
Yes. I was.
Who is it you're trying to find forgiveness from?
I heard Anne.
Anne.
And Anne is here.
Okay.
Anne lives next door.
Okay.
Yes, but-
They're looking for forgiveness from Anne.
Oh.
He likes to explore, and he's sorry about that.
Oh, wow.
I'm with Granny. Granny?
It sounds like Granny or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I
So you
heard
know.
Granny.
Sorry, I got a lot going on.
The 3 scratches that were on my chest, was that from a spirit?
It was only him.
Wow.
Say that again. I didn't understand that. One more time. When you felt it. Say it again. It's an animal. It was an animal. It wasn't him. It was an animal jumping.
Wow.
It was an animal. It was not a... Yeah, he doesn't want to be blamed for that. He doesn't want to be dramatic. It was an animal. They're around all the time. And the animals love you. That's what he's trying to say.
Cassandra again wants to know, was Mike the one who made the bed move on Halloween?
I wanted to get their attention. Yes.
Who is the one who constantly opens my cabinet doors in the kitchen?
Cassandra? Get it? Get it?
Yes.
Something about her designs. She wants to talk more about her designs.
Oh,
Is that alright?
yeah.
She has so many things she wants to tell you now. Another 7 just came in. Somebody named Kayla just came in. Questions?
I have pins and needles on my shoulder.
Yeah, I got them all over right now. This is crazy.
What are some of your names that are new? Weird.
Christian. One came back over. Talk with Chris here. Question?
Can I ask the Christian that came through what his last name was?
You know.
Yeah.
You already know?
Yeah.
Oh. Real quick, do you know?
Yeah.
I'm not generous.
Well, that's a lie.
Maybe he's not forthcoming.
He's not all the time.
Thank you. Do we have any more questions coming from out there?
Yes, Cassandra again. When I dream about Desiree, is that her visiting me?
With God, yes. Coming with God.
Wow. I've always felt like something was attached to me since I was a small
5.
child.
Since you were 5.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Is there something attached to me?
Me.
Is that a
I'm right there, babe.
Wow.
It's a male.
Is that a guide?
You hear me because I say your name.
I don't know who it could be though.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and use another device, just to make a change. Thank you guys for coming through here. We appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and just switch to another device. Thank you guys so much. Please stay with us. Thank you. We are staying in Colorado. It's fine. Thank you. Goodbye. Sending love. Goodbye. We are going to use a new device. This device was built by a man named Andre. I'm going to try to get his last name correct. It's Woolleyart, I believe is how you pronounce it. Andre, if I butchered your last name, I'm sorry. It's a little tricky. But Andre was somebody who actually kind of stuck with Frank's designs and talked to Frank and things like that. And he built this machine for me. So we're going to go ahead and try this device because it brings through some different sounds, some interesting things. Okay, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and get started.
Robert came through.
Robert? Nobody talks about my name at all.
Can you tell us your name?
Robert. Repeated Robert. What did we have over here?
Gasp, release, band.
Gasp, release,
Band.
bam. It was his throat. couldn't breathe. He's homesick. He wants to go home. Questions, anybody?
Can we ask, Robert, is there something you need us to do to help you pass on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been causing some of the issues here?
He is.
Do you want us to help you pass over?
Mainly with the bed. He's knocking things around with the bed. He's looking for forgiveness now. But
Older, forever, and guy.
he was lazy. What was that?
Older, forever, and guy.
Older, forever guy. Robert, are you the man from next door? I'm here to help you too. So we're gonna work together, okay? You don't have to say please. We'll help you no matter what. Do you just need Anne to forgive you? Is that the key? It's tough. It is tough, yeah.
Were you married to Anne, Robert?
Not fully. He said not fully.
Engaged, maybe?
You can still ask her. She's alive. She can still ask her.
Does Anne live next door?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Trying to tell you that. Been trying to tell you that. Yeah.
Jay Valente would like to know, has there been violence at the location?
This location?
Yes.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit, yeah. With this home. Yes.
Before I lived here?
Before.
I'm noticing the song coming through. It's Hosier, Take Me to Church. And
Is it?
yeah.
Take Me to Church?
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
It is interesting.
Wow. Questions?
Linda Marquis would like to know, did you have an argument with Anne before you passed?
Tons. Not just one, tons. A lot.
And was it physical?
We knew how to party. That's what he just said. We knew how to party. There was a lot of kicking.
Do you
It was
like?
a long-term abuse.
Do you like when Anne plays the drums?
Oh, for love of God. No. Except for the love of God, no. Can I help you cross? Would you allow me to help you cross? Yeah, I'd be happy to help you if you want to hear me. But you have to listen to me, okay? Do you trust me? I know. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. This is what we're going to do. I want you to talk to me through this whole process, okay? It's Robert, right? Robert? Robert, tell me you can hear me. Okay, I can hear you. So I want you to imagine closing your eyes. Just imagine closing your eyes. Can you do that for me? I want you to look to your right and tell me what you see. What do you see when you look to the right? Thank you. Tell me what you see when you look forward with your eyes closed. What do you see? That's right. Now, I want you to look to your left and tell me what do you see when you open your eyes and look to the left. There's a woman there for him. What do you see? There's a light. Will you do me a favor? Will you walk towards that light, please? It's home. That's right. Will you walk towards that light for me, please? You're not a heathen. Just keep walking towards the light. Technician's assist, tell me when he's through. They'll find you. Call out to him. Call out to him, please. He's home now. He's home. He's over.
Wow.
It's so beautiful. Robert, can you see us? He's with her. He's with her. They're together. They're back. They're back together.
Wow.
Sending love to you both. I want you to both move on. I want you to heal, Robert. Thank you for trusting me. It was easy, huh? Yes, it was. Thank you. Goodbye. Bye. You've been away too long. They're together. Questions?
Yes. Let's go back and get him. James Schroll.
Yes.
Schroll?
Yes.
Who is the little boy there?
Is there a little boy who's with us? Oh. Hey, technicians, thank you so much. We're going to go and shut down for now. Thank you very much. Goodbye. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Did you hear that growl come through the door?
Yeah.
That was...
It was distinct.
Yeah, that was a distinct growl.
We just got soon.
What did we get?
Soon.
Okay, soon. All right, so whenever we get any kind of bad sounding thing, we don't want to label it, but if we get any kind of bad sounding thing, we immediately shut down.
Okay.
That's the way that we do it. We don't want to tempt anything, we don't want to try anything, and we just crossed that spirit over, so we had a really good thing happen. But unfortunately, sometimes when you do that, that opens up some pathways for some other things to come through. That's why we stopped doing what we did there. Here we go. Technicians assist.
Who was standing in the corner down here earlier?
The witch. The witch. This is her home. Question?
Jay Valente wants to know, is it a witch as in an insult, or a witch as in someone who practices witchcraft?
Medieval. Medieval. Clear word. Medieval. Question?
What does a medieval witch get here?
She came here naked.
Yeah.
Naked.
I don't think that answered your question, but she did say she came here naked. She came from another time. It was hard work, and then she laughed. Questions, guys. It's getting inundated.
Who's behind Alex right now?
His pal. The snake. Hey, we'll be right back. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Having crossed the spirit of Robert over, Chris realized that the door had been left open for the demonic spirits that had tortured the team from the Lumber Baron Inn investigation to communicate through the Ghost Box. In order to eliminate the threat, the session was shut down immediately.
Greetings to everybody at the Ghost Box organization there, Chris and all the gang. I had a couple questions answered by Chris through the box. One question was, is my mother still proud of me? The other one was, who am I arguing with in my sleep? When I asked the question about my mother being proud of me, that as soon as I got the answer, which I knew was coming, for some reason, I just felt a wash come across me, and like weights were lifted, and the ensuing days after that have been much better. My sleep patterns were better. My dreaming has subsided. My talking has subsided. It's just been so much better.
Hello, greetings from St. Louis. So I wanted to share with you all something interesting that had happened yesterday while I was watching the live interactive ghost hunt by Christopher Moon and his team. So yesterday I was laying in bed and I started dozing off around the point when he was talking to the spirit named Robert, and I woke up suddenly with big goosebumps on both my arms, but it was warm goosebumps. It wasn't anything like creepy. I didn't have any negative feelings, nothing like that. But all the hair was standing up on my arms, and I had first thought that it was my heart just pounding, but then I realized it was like my whole torso, kind of like just my chest was just pounding. Then after a second or two, I realized it was my whole bed was kind of just not shaking, but more, it was a rhythm, and it felt like footsteps. Yeah, keep it up, Chris. Good job.
It never ceases to amaze me. The amount of validation that we seem to get. When you were talking about the health issues, we didn't know any of that. And so to hear Jamie tell us about her health issues, that again is shocking to me.
And also the fact that you said whoever is with me is constantly watching over my health and making sure my health is okay. Y'all didn't know coming in here that I have scoliosis, neurofibromatosis, migraines, lots of health problems that I live with on a daily basis. So for the voice box to confirm that was totally amazing.
Before you arrived, we were actually doing our baseline investigation. We were picking up the most energy and getting responses in this linear pattern from the basement to the kitchen here and then the room straight above, which we thought was kind of pretty interesting also. And then that kind of has that validation of when we were doing the box session that there might be a vortex downstairs, which would make sense with having that linear plane of experiences.
Coming in, I mean, we had some quick validation type stuff. I can't remember if it was Furby or Alex saying in that bedroom upstairs with the 2 beds, talked about an older woman being in that room. And then after you and Mama Moon and Dennis got here, she quickly, as we entered that room, was straight up, I think this is an older woman. And I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, when we got down there, things got a little crazy after a while. And again, they called you out by name. Can you talk a little bit about how that happened?
Yeah, I don't know why that keeps happening. Like I have a pal, I guess now. Yeah, and a snake. Is that, yeah. So I don't know what that is. I mean, like I had, stuff falling back from lumber baron before. So I'm wondering if that's gonna happen again tonight. I mean, it's possible. But I don't think it's anything that's part of what's going on here. I think that's something else completely different. I felt positive about that.
Really, I just think getting the answers we did, I mean, they were clarifying to a lot of different degrees, and I thought it was really good the way that, the questions that were asked and the answers that we got. Like you guys had said before, like you guys didn't know any of the story, we didn't know any of the story coming in here, and just the ability for the spirits to answer the questions in that way was amazing.
I didn't know what to expect coming in this, if I would feel a little anxiety or whatnot, but it was just a nice, calm environment.
Felt a lot of energy in the house. After shooting some photographs down here, I captured a lot of orbs. Throughout the night, I captured a tremendous amount of orbs. On Jamie, I captured her daughter giving her a kiss when she was talking about her. Captured her above the cross behind you. And it was just a pretty amazing night.
I think the feeling that there was definitely a vortex down there. I mean, there were so many spirits that were coming through. I mean, first 5 and then 10 and then 12, and I mean the numbers kept growing and growing and growing. I knew that there had to be, in the corner I felt, and I've tried to observe as best as I could, that there had to be a vortex with that many spirits coming in and out of the basement.
I was 6.5 months pregnant with a baby girl, and we don't know why or what the cause was, but her heart stopped beating, and she stopped moving, and I noticed, oh wow, she hasn't moved all day, or it might have been a day and a half, and it was in March of 2003, so we had that big blizzard, and I was unable to get my car out, and so when I did, I had to went to the hospital, and that's when they confirmed that she had passed and her heart had stopped beating. I always believed that my grandma took her, not to be mean, but because her babies, her grandchildren were her everything.
Last thing I would ask, what would you tell anybody else who has a paranormal situation in their home? What would your recommendation be, being somebody who's experienced it?
I guess don't let it scare you. If you're interested in finding what's there, obviously contact you because you're the real deal, I feel. I told you nothing what's been going on here. And you guys came in and it all came out, like, without me saying anything.
The thing that I got when I first came through the door, it was almost like a wave of heavy, is the only way to explain it. It was a little hard to breathe. I was trying to ignore it, I'll be honest with you, because I didn't want to get too many impressions right off the bat, but I said, oh yeah, something's going on here. So when I left, I really tried to wipe that away, and I made sure not to relay any information to my mom because I didn't want her to be jaded when she walked back in. When we got here and started walking through upstairs, it got intense. I actually thought I was winded on the stairs, which kind of surprised me. I was like, why am I getting winded going up a short staircase? But I could really feel that heavy chest thing happening. We talked about that when we were walking around with the cameras. It got really bad for me when we got into the first room. And when I actually stepped into that room, it was almost like walking into pudding. I know that sounds strange, but it was extremely heavy and it almost felt like it was in slow motion. I didn't feel uncomfortable, but I just felt like something was definitely happening there. It was interesting because dowsing rods, I love when Mama Moon does the dowsing rods, and I like to do them too because it's just such an interesting feeling to have spirits use their energy to pull back and forth. I know I'm like a little kid like that. I just enjoy it. And I gotta say, when your friend came through right off the bat, she was so positive and the energy was like, I'm here, I'm ready to talk, and it felt good. My heart was warm. I just felt good about it. And she answered all the questions, and bacon came through, which I love, and through the ovilus. But our next door neighbor friend came through, and it was different. And when I asked the question, is it okay if we do this over Facebook Live with all these people asking questions, she was like, yeah, let's do it, and hugs and all sorts of things. Next door was like, I don't think so. And you definitely picked up on that right when we got downstairs. I think his hesitation was probably the fact that he had done some things he wasn't happy about. From his own words, he said there was kicking, some abuse, partying, they knew how to party, which I immediately, and this may be wrong, but my mind shot to a younger couple who was just too into a certain partying lifestyle, and there was a lot of regrets and drugs and things like that took place. And I think that when he passed, God knows how he passed, but I think he had a lot of regrets, and I think that's why he was still there. I also think it's intriguing on a side note to that he talked so specifically about the burn that he got, and he talked about the burn and how Stevie got that burn on his arm. It was just a really interesting tie-in. But when he came through the box and he said burn, everybody in the room said burn. We all heard it at the same time. We turned on the first device. It actually flowed pretty well. I thought that we had some really good question and answers going back and forth. Felt again with the homeowner, I think that there was a good connection and some family that was asking questions through Facebook. And I think that was a positive thing that was going on. When we switched over to the Echo Box, the mood changed a little bit. And I think that the spirit of Robert came through and he got a little more aggressive at that point. I know Angela talked about feeling kind of a hand around the throat or something along those lines. And it got a little strange. But by the time that we got to the third device, the black box, I'd say it was more aggressive. I think we were dealing with some different kinds of energies at that point. I'm just glad that we were able to help Robert cross over. And from what I've heard, unless this was a mother figure or something like that, I think it was the girl that he'd been talking about the entire time. She was over. She was waiting for him. Mm-hmm. And she said things like, you're finally here. That was easy. What took you so long? And that kind of thing. So it was a nice reunion. This is becoming a theme with us, with this dark energy. And I don't see this going away anytime soon. I'm becoming concerned because what we dealt with, what we fought at the Lumber Baron, I think we looked at as a one-time battle. And from anybody who saw the first episode knows, we definitely went to fight with it at our own homes. And it seems like this thing is on the outskirts and it's always looking for a way in. So I think as the team goes on, I think it's very important that we're all protected all the time and we're all extremely guarded, because I think that energy is looking for a crack and looking for a way to get back to us. And I know today you had mentioned to me that you had the trouble with the car again, which is going right back to those old things. We talked about tonight with the electrical interference over Facebook. That's some of the same old stuff. So this may be something that follows us, and it may be something we're doing battle with for the rest of our lives, as far as we know. You know, it's interesting. Anytime that you have a vortex, you're never sure what that really means. You get a doorway open. It's like having a dark alleyway, in some part of your house. But the thing that reassured me was your friend. It reassured us that everything was okay. She's watching the door, and I believed it. That energy is strong. She was tough. And I don't see anything negative coming through. I don't sense any danger for the family here whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I feel much better since Robert has moved on. I feel like a lot of that energy is going to improve and things are going to lighten here. I can actually feel it as we're having this discussion. That it's just really nice to make these connections for people and give people validations. I think that it brings a lot of healing, and I'm just glad that's something that we can do.
Cut.